Good morning, students. Welcome back. In the last lecture, we have learned about the positive and negative skewness. The theory related to that positive and negative skewness is important. Now, today we will learn about the methods for determining skewness. Methods for determining skewness. There are two methods of determining skewness. One is Karl-Pearson method and second is Bowles's method. Practical sum of 5 marks is generally asked from these two topics. First, when there is only one mode, that is, it is unimodal frequency distribution. We are discussing here first Karl-Pearson method for determining skewness. In that, we have two frequency distribution. One is that is having unimodal frequency distribution. There is only one mode. So we will apply the formula for J. J here determines the coefficient of skewness is equal to x bar minus MO, that is mode upon S standard deviation. Here in the question we have to find out x bar, that is mean, mode and standard deviation. J here denotes for Karl-Pearson's coefficient of skewness. If the data is having the multiple mode, that is it is having more than one mode, or when mode is ill defined, that means when the class interval is unequal, then we will apply the formula for coefficient of skewness. J is equal to 3 x bar minus m upon S, that is x bar mean, m is median upon S. This formula we have already used in the empirical formula for finding the mode. Now, Bowles's method, the formula for Bowles's method finding the coefficient of skewness, J is equal to Q3 plus Q1 minus 2m upon Q3 minus Q1. That is quartile Q3 and quartile Q1 we have to find out, and median we have to find out. Now here first we will discuss the sum related to the Karl-Pearson method. We are starting with the practical question related to skewness. Here exercise 5.1, page number 195 of your textbook. Page number may vary according to the old or new textbook, but here in the old textbook the page number 195 is given. Exercise 5.1, question is given, demand for milk pouches is given 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Here number of consumers 2 7 10 15 12 7 4 2 is given. Total of this is 59. This is Fi. Now we have to find out the Karl-Pearson of coefficient of skewness from the following data. Now if we see the data, we find out there is only one mode, so it is unimodal. So we will apply the formula for finding the Karl-Pearson's coefficient of skewness. J is equal to x bar minus MO upon S. We start the sum from this. First step to find out the x bar, that is median. X bar is equal to A plus sigma Fi di upon n. We can take Fd also or Fi di. It will not make any difference. Here to find out the first di, that is deviations, we take A here, assume mean as 5. Assume mean A we have taken as 5. Di is what? Xi minus A. Assume mean. This is the value for xi, that is 1 minus 5. So it will come minus 4 minus 3 minus 2, that is 1 minus 5, 2 minus 5, 3 minus 5, 4 minus 5. Like that if we will go, so di here will come minus 4 minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 0. 5 minus 5 is 0. Now 6 minus 5 is 1, positive it will come. So we have got the value for di. Now fi di, that is the multiplication of, this is frequency, this is what fi, this is xi. So to find out the fd, we will multiply frequency with the di value. So multiplying minus 4 into 2 is minus 8, minus 21, minus 20, minus 15, 12 into 0 0, 7, 8 and 6. We will make the total for fd. Sigma means total of this fd is equal to, when we make the negative side and positive side total for this, we get the value as minus 43. Sigma fd is equal to minus 43, making the total of this. You can use the calculator for doing the total. Now we have to find out fd square. Simply if we see fd we have already got, we can multiply this with di. Don't make the square for fi di. This square if you make it, the answer will be wrong. So what we have to find out, fd square. So di is this, so making square of this and then multiplied by frequency. Instead of that you can make it di into fd, so it will be fd square. So getting the value minus 4 into minus 8 is 32. Minus minus will become plus. So all the values you will get like this only. Here 63, 40, 15, 0, 7, 16 and 18. Okay. Now getting the total of fd square. Sigma fd square is equal to, making the addition of this, sigma means total of this, so total comes 191. You can use calculator for doing the calculation. Now here first we will find out the value for x bar, that is mean a plus fi di upon n. A is assumed mean we have taken as 5. Sigma fi di, that is the value for fd square. You can take, this can be called as fi di square also or fi di. We have to find out, take the value for sigma fi di. This is fi di, that is minus 43 upon n. N is what? Total of frequency 59. So we put the value here 59. Doing the total, 5 plus, in bracket we will write, solving the value 43 divided by 59 comes 0.728. So here x bar we have got 5 minus 0.728, that is x bar is equal to 4.27. We will take the value up to 2 decimal. Okay. X bar we have got 4.27. Now second is mode, MO, mode. Value for mode, what it says, the highest frequency, if we see here is 15. So the value against this will be 4. So value for mode is 4. Here we need no need to do the calculation. Highest frequency for this is 15. So the value for mode opposite in xi value is 4. So mode value is 4. Now third thing what we have to find out is formula for J is what? X bar minus MO upon S. X bar we have find out, mode we have got 4. Now third thing we have to find out is S. The value for S is standard deviation. Standard deviation S is equal to sigma f d square upon n minus sigma f d upon n whole square for this and under root. This we have already learned in previous chapter, that is skewness. Before that we have learned finding the value for standard deviation, sigma f d square upon n minus sigma f d upon n whole square whole under root. Now value for f d square, that we have got 191 upon n, the n value is 59, minus f d upon n, that is minus 43. F d value is minus 43. So minus 43 upon n, and again here is 59 whole square of this. Solving the value for this as we have got this division 3.237 minus 0.531. We'll solve this, divide this and making the square, so that will become positive value 3.237 minus 0.531. So we have got 2.706 whole under root is equal to 1.65. When we get the value 2.706, divide this under root, if we do on calculator, then we get the answer as 1.65. that is the value for S, standard deviation. Now the value for J, now what we have to find out is Carl Pearson coefficient of skewness. Formula for that is J is equal to X bar minus MO upon S. So X bar value we have got is 4.27, mode value we have find out as 4 upon the value for standard deviation we have got 1.65. When we solve this, we get the answer 4.27 minus 4 is 0.27 upon 1.65 is equal to 0.16. So this is the value for J, that is Carl Pearson coefficient of skewness. Now here we have to write the unit after each value, that is 4.27 packets of milk, packets of milk, packets of milk. Unit value you have to put here, it is not written after J. 0.16 is the final answer. This sum consists of 5 marks. We have to first observe the sum, that what we have to find out. If the formula for J applies like X bar minus MO upon S, then we'll find out X bar, MO, that is mode, and S value. According to that we'll do the sum. Students, you have to do this sum in your notebook. You can use the calculator. If there is any calculation mistake here on the top part, then your answer will come wrong in last. So while doing the sum, have concentration, calculating the values, check it twice again, then proceed further. You write this sum in your notebook